Well, good morning from quite a chilly, wet northeast Thailand. I've had this section of the land raised up this week. It's just because before I had this done, this was a quite significant slope really. It was at a real steep angle. It was just kind of sliding away. I think at some point, certainly when the heavy rain starts later on this year, it would have caused potentially a little bit of an issue. But the guys who did it have been a little bit over enthusiastic. They've buried the coconut trees that I had planted on the edge here. I asked them to only take the soil up to about here, and they've not. They've taken an extra at least metre, which is a little bit annoying. But a more serious thing they've done is they've buried the pipes, the drainage pipes from the bathrooms. So there is a pipe, let me find it, somewhere down here. Oh, there's one there. That's not the end of the world. That pipe goes straight out there and it drains out. But the only reason that is there is, again, when the heavy rain starts in a couple of months' time, and this garden potentially gets a lot of rainwater here, that just drains the water out from the garden. There is one of the upstairs bathrooms, and there is the pipe for the grey water that goes down within that column there and underneath here, and it's supposed to drain that grey water out across the farm. And as you can see, the end of that pipe is completely buried. So somehow I need to get in there with my shovel and try to find it. That's not a particularly appealing job, but at least all the soil is fresh and therefore soft. And again, we've had some rain, so it makes the job a little bit easier even still. I also need to do the same thing here. I need to just fully expose these septic tanks. I did stress to them that they cannot be buried, and they've kind of just half buried them. That's not the end of the world. I've also bought some vetiver grass, which is specific grass to be planted along the edge of the bank here, and that creates very strong, very deep roots. I bought quite a lot of it, so I shall plant some along the edge of the new canal down the other side of the farm as well. But right now I need to get a coffee. I need to fully wake up because it's early. It's not yet 7 a.m. The reason this has to be exposed, this septic tank, 2 septic tanks in fact, is obviously we get this emptied about once a year. Guy comes with a huge tanker and a massive kind of pipe, takes the lid off this, puts the pipe in, sucks it all out, you see. Happens once a year. That's kind of standard in any non-city area within Thailand. And obviously the rainy season is approaching, so if I don't get this uncovered and exposed now, I could easily put this off a day, a week, a month, and before I know it, all this soil is sort of settled in, it's firmer, there's been a load of growth, grass has grown around it, and suddenly I've got a nightmare on my hands, you know. I've got a big job, like all this sort of stuff. It doesn't matter if all that grows around it, I just don't want it growing obviously in the soil on top of this, because we'll never get it emptied in that case. I've got to be honest, I go through phases with this project, and it is a pretty big project we've got. We've got 5 acres of farmland here. I've got to be straight, the last few days, perhaps the last week actually, I've just been lethargic and kind of no real motivation or energy to crack on with jobs, and it can be difficult during those times, during these times. I feel like that right now. That's why this very small digging job is taking me all morning, because I just can't put my heart into it today. The reality, I think, of me taking on something like this. It's not the same for everybody. I know some people never have any motivation and energy to do anything other than sit on the sofa. That's certainly not me. But other people have this get up and go every single day and just crack on and, you know, face the day and get all these jobs done. I just can't do that. I just don't want to do anything. I don't know if it's the weather. I mean, it's been very, very, very hot up until today. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, look, for me, I think the best thing to kind of combat when I'm feeling like this is just to try not to think about it too much and just slowly get something done. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how small it is, just an accomplishment kind of wins the day for me when I feel like this. So come on, let's go and get this digging job finished and I will feel better. What I don't want to do is stand on the lid of that septic tank just in case, because I couldn't think of anything worse to fall into than that. I feel like an archaeologist digging for shit. Not treasure, not fossils or dinosaur bones, actual shit. Also, an archaeologist of my own volition, because it's me that just tips all this stuff on top of this tank. Nearly there. I can almost see the rim of this, the edge. In fact, there it is. Need to lose some more soil down here though. Well, so much for that cold, chilly morning we had. Beautiful, wet, thunderstorms in the night. It was gorgeous to wake up to that bit of mist. It's all gone now. It's hot as hell again. I'm pretty sure this heat is having a contributing effect on my kind of feeling of lethargy, this kind of lack of motivation I've got at the moment. But I thought, you know what, it's good to document this stuff, because I've always tried to be quite honest and forthright on this channel. I don't kind of paint things in a really false picture, you know. It's not all fun. It's not all, well, look, none of it's glamorous, is it? Let's be honest. But it's not all what you think. It mostly is. It's mostly good stuff, and that's why I do it. That's why I'm happy to be here and to stick it out. This is why I made the change from my life in the UK. But like anything, it's not perfect, and there will always, I think, be days where I feel this way and I just can't be arsed. Anyway, I'm doing what I said I shouldn't. I'm perched on top of this bloody septic tank. Very, very dangerous. Although maybe that video would go viral. Me crashing through this and being stuck in basically a concrete barrel full of shit. But that was yesterday. Today I feel fantastic. I feel enthusiastic and motivated and ready to attack the day. So, my grass has arrived, my vetiver grass, if that's how you pronounce it. So I'm going to plant this all along this new bank of soil. And when I've done that, I'm going to plant some more along the edge of the new canal that we've built. There's a good old stretch of soil there that needs to be sorted out, strengthened with this grass. So without further ado, let's get this job done. That's enough time lapse. It's hot to be doing this, it's hot. But I'm still attacking the day. It's still mid-morning, so I can get this done before lunchtime, 100%. Let me just show you what a good solid session of rain does to the farm. Look how quickly things become overgrown. It's crazy. We had one night of heavy rain, and this is what's happened. Now it doesn't help that I haven't been down here with my strimmer for a while. I really should do that, but yeah, it's just another one of those jobs that's on the list. I'll get it done, I'll get it done. It might not be today. Today is all about my grass and the planting of my grass. So I need to crack on with that. I've still got a lot to do. Now this might not look like very much right now, these grass roots that I'm planting, hundreds and hundreds of them, but I'm planting these at the perfect time of year because we're right on the edge of the rainy season. We've had a couple of days of rain in the past fortnight, but nothing massive. But today is the start of Songkran festival in Thailand, which is like the festival of water. It kind of celebrates the end of the dry season and the coming of the monsoon. So if we can get all this grass planted today and maybe tomorrow, yeah, maybe in the next few days actually, because I've got thousands of these to plant. Then hopefully the rains will come, and within a month all this will be beautiful and green and luscious. And these roots will be slowly penetrating the soil and strengthening all this bank here. But my goodness me, it is hot. I'm not complaining today. I'm not having one single whinging moment. I am simply attacking the day. Okay, that mantra of attacking the day, I've decided to change it to just attack the first hour of the day. Job done.